that didn't sound great. Right. All right. So that was track one. That one sounds a bit more sort of sharp. That one sounds a bit more sort of dull. Just need to turn it up to all messages. So this thing has a humbuck as well. So to be honest, I don't really understand how the humbucker thing works and the single coil thing works. I'm not a technical person. They sound the fucking same. Maybe it's like that's sort of more soft. That'd be better as a clean tone, right? Hang on. Ooh, I heard the difference there? It sounds like 50s, 60s sort of thing. I started off kind of like, I don't know if you know Infected Mushroom, but it sort of has this sort of thing. It kind of sounds like that. Anyway, I'm meant to be making a metal song, so let's go back to all the metalness. Right, that's got reverb. I don't like the reverb. Something like that. Because now I want to do. Because I've done that was the what's it called? Back in the rhythm section. Hello, your English is fine. I find that people that say like, "Oh, English isn't my native language," they come on and then they just seem to give like the most, proper good use of language. I mean, what the fuck was that? I can speak English fluently, and you seem to be able to talk better than me. So that gives you an idea. Anyway, we're going to do the lead section now. So let's do that. Fuck that now entirely. kind of fucked that up. Isn't stoner rock just metal? Like Dope Smoker is metal, right? Because it's just like I don't know how Dope Smoker goes. I forgot. I don't actually like Dope Smoker very much, despite what the hair says. Let's see. Hey Johnny, you should check out Slow Moser Estonia. I'll give it a look. Hang on. I was about to go on my phone, but I'm recording on my phone, so I can't really do it. I'm not much of a chapbook person. I just kind of like the thing. It kind of came with a shelf, so that's why it's there, to be honest. But I like the look of it. It looks fun. I'll be honest, the main reason I did this live stream is because I thought if I'm recording it, it's going to make me want to do it more. So, and it'll make me better at it. So I'm going to remove that take, that lead take, because I wasn't very happy with it. Oh, for fuck's sake, hang on. But I know I can. I'm getting the ideas down. That's the point. I had an idea there. I liked what's going, because hang on, so. And then. How did I fuck that up? Hang on. See, people like to do tapping. I don't know how to do tapping. But apparently it's really easy. So eventually, the second that I figure out how to tap, you're going to know, because I'm not going to leave you alone with it. So, all right. I need to think. sake is fucked. I saw a question that kind of, let's see. Dude, how long you... To be honest, I've not been playing like my whole life or anything. I started playing when I was I think 17, which would have been, that's 8 years ago. Probably about 8 years ago to the day, I'd say, actually, ish. Like, I think I started playing in sort of late 2017-ish. But to be honest, I didn't learn like any music theory or anything. It's still there, it's still there. But it's because I've not shaved, so it makes it look like it's less apparent than it is. But to be honest, like the first sort of couple of years, I could barely do this. So I couldn't do any of that stuff. And that was really basic. But for some reason, about 2022, it's like I went from not being able to play to being able to play. So I don't know where that what happened there. Go for it. What's the question? I've got this bass as well, but I don't play it very much. The strings are fucked. The strings aren't fucked. I just need to replace them. And to be honest, I don't want to, because I don't know. I read a thing that some bass player didn't ever change his strings, and that apparently made him a good bassist. And I think that got to my head. But apparently, new bass strings, because they sound a bit more bright. But I like my Pink Floydy sort of. That doesn't sound anything fucking like. Hang on, give me a sec. That kind of thing. I don't even know how the SpongeBob intro goes, isn't it? Like something like that. Bong. It's like that, right? It's like SpongeBob SquarePants. No. SpongeBob SquarePants. No. SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. Some shit like that, isn't it? Hang on. I know it goes something like that. I never had Sky as a kid, so I never learned. I never listened to any. Never watched any SpongeBob. Is it do 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 do? Hang on. Something it's ish like that, isn't it? Right. That's. This also sounds like it could be any fucking advert as well. Yeah. I don't know. I never watched SpongeBob as a kid. I grew up on CBeebies, and well, CBBC after that, and then Kicks, which had Sonic the Hedgehog, the TV show, Biker Mice from Mars, which I didn't like very much, and Oggy and the Cockroaches, which was fucking brilliant. Miss it. Who is it that lives in AC? Wait. Who is SpongeBob? I do not know. He lives in a pineapple under the sea. Probably. I don't know. I'm sure if I had Sky, I would love. Well, I'd love SpongeBob, but if you've never seen Oggy and the Cockroaches, it's brilliant. Alright, I can play. There's a song from Slaves, which I played on the last live stream earlier. You obviously never wanted nautical nonsense. Now listen there, right? The amount of nauticalness that's going on in Biker Mice from Mars, right? You can't move for it, right? I'm going to get a haircut very, very shortly. Something like that. It actually sounds exactly like the tone in the original song. I think it's Sockets by Slaves. Yeah, anyway. Right, I'm bored, so I'm going to play the song. Totally fucked that. That was awful. Hang on. So I need to figure out, because I like the idea, right? And I feel like on the first, like, because then the solo thing comes in, and that should be the melody. Maybe, because I've been doing this. That was my metal face. And with a typical death metal growl, that. I use Reaper because it's free. I used to use Adobe Audition, but I didn't record into it. What I used to do, I used to make the beat, make the drum loop by just going into Adobe Audition and like copy pasting each drum hit, putting it onto mono, naming it TRK-01, putting it on this, put it in the multi-track mode, then recording. You can record 3 tracks on this, then take it back into Audition and do it again and again and again and again until you have the song. Yeah, that's how most of the last the Decisions in Another Language album that I did. That's how that was made for the most part. But now I do like just use I do everything in Reaper now because it's so much easier. Do you like gifts? Honestly, I'm fine with Reaper, to be honest. I've been getting used to Reaper. I've never been in a band. I just sort of learned everything on my own from, I don't know if you know Signal's music studio, but he's pretty good. I like a lot of the stuff that he does. He makes some good stuff. So my new plan is I'm going to re-record the song. I really fucked it up because I was trying to talk while I was doing it. Give me a sec. forgetting that I'm doing that G thing. I want to try this. Okay. I'm trying to think. Hang on. Because the way I'm thinking of it, right? It's a very basic metal song in that it's got the this is just basic. That's the main riff. So you could have like something like that, right? So there's vocals there. So I think at the beginning I don't need to do all this, you know, like harmonizing it with the all the way up here. I'd keep that all down there, or I guess I could harmonize because my voice is quite low. So you could have like something like that, right? Something like that, right? And then I'm not actually a big fan of Frank Zappa anyway, so I don't care. Also, it's mirrored, so I'm right-handed. So, right. Wow, totally the next Frank Zappa there, playing it out of tune. For fuck's sake. Hang on. Sometimes, because I get caught up in talking, I forget to actually do my job. Hang on. This is something I've been talking about with the fucking quantity over quality thing and like just not trying to perfect everything. Do you notice how the more I'm doing it, the more I'm thinking about it? Suddenly I can't even do basic stuff that I was doing flawlessly before, like that. I've never thought that only guitar can be so, yeah, because like I'm getting myself distracted by looking at the chat and things like that, which means that I'm putting my mind in multiple places. So I'm gonna just focus on this for a bit. Why do I keep trying to go into fucking Dorian? I've been doing that all day. Okay, I see the issue. Right, so I need a. So hang on. something like that. But then I need to. No. That'd be the third of the C. That'd be the fourth of the C. That sounds fucking awful. Okay. Bored of that. So I got a text. I need to check what the text is. I probably look like a mentalist. I'm just reading a text. Some people may. Okay. All right. Okay. Just gonna check this. I'm noticing if I go to top. I'm just reading through the things now. Yeah, James, was it James that said that? No, Curtical is right. I should just like stop pissing about. So, time to stop pissing about. in the. I need to take that off. Not the whole guitar, just that. I don't actually know how to do a dive bomb. It sounds like I don't actually know how to do it. Let's say. Yeah, I can't do them. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I think that's a dive bomb. Not sure what I'm doing now. Hang on. Might as well check the chat. It is a crybaby. Where did I get it? Got it in cash converters. I think it was like 30 quid. So tremolo picking, I know I need to get better at. I feel like there would be some cool stuff in the tremolo picking bit. Because I like, look, I'm going to be honest, right? The past sort of 4 or 5 months, I've been listening to a lot of Dream Theater. And so I've been listening to a lot of John Petrucci doing all this shit. You know, he does all that sort of shit, right? But he makes it sound good, and then he combines it with David Gilmour. He kind of like... I'm no fucking pro whatsoever. But most pro, like, I feel like the right hand is okay. I think my left hand needs some work. I think the main thing is I need to get better at sort of resolving. I tend to resolve a lot in the second. I like that sort of sound, like. I like that kind of thing. Don't like many other Slave songs. Cheer Up London's good. Sockets is alright. They did one, it's a Selector song originally. Honestly, I think what I did to get, apparently I'm good, right? I don't consider myself to be, but I'm going to take the compliment because you're meant to learn how to take compliments, right? So what I did is just made, because at a certain time, about 5 years ago, I could only play like... I'm trying to play it worse to give an idea, right? That was best I could sort of do. So I just make a song that just uses that. I mean, to be honest, I've talked about it before in like older videos and stuff, but the reason I learned guitar is really, really stupid, and it's not like a good reason to learn the guitar. But basically, I was 17, right? I was a sort of little shit, not very emotionally mature or anything like that. And my girlfriend at the time, her ex-boyfriend was in a band and played guitar, and it was all like pop punk sort of stuff. And I looked at it and I thought, I can make better music than that. I don't even know how to play guitar. In fact, I'm going to play guitar. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be the best guitarist ever, right? That was why I learned how to play guitar, right? Really shit reason, right? There's the reason I picked up the guitar, right? To be better than someone else. Not a great reason to do it, right? But after about 2 weeks, I forgot about him, right? And I was just playing myself, and I just enjoyed it. Also, that is really easy. Look. trying to explain it. Look. Middle finger down, 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 middle finger. Ring finger can go up as well. So that's where the logic of that comes in, right? But yeah, it wasn't a good reason to learn the guitar. I'm not exactly proud of it, right? But at the same time, I think it's important to get the stuff off that you're not particularly proud of, right? I took 15 albums before I made anything that I kind of fucking liked, right? But, you know, I had to make those 15 albums to get to the point where I was, you know, on album 6. And I think I'm on album 21 now, or something like that. I've not made an album for a while. Last album I made was like, last proper recording sessions for albums was like last July, August-ish. So it's, well, technically November as well, because I did an album a day, but I don't really count that. I can't remember how some of those songs go. I think that's it. Praise the end, praise the end, praise the end. And then there was the one I really like and want to do more with was one that I came up with. It was kind of a waltzy one. I can't do it very well. Hang on. Look all around, look all around, look all around, look all around. Where'd everything fall? Broke in the dust. Where was the words? And gold for all of us. I can't do it. I can't remember. Alright, so anyway, I have basically the I think I have the first bit sorted, which was I want to kind of make it so hang on. So you're doing that hammer-on thing. So do you get the idea? Like, I'd love to try and do that, but I don't think I'm good enough for that. And then it would... I guess favourite solo. Not comfortably numb. I'm kind of sick of comfortably numb solo, to be honest. It's good. It's a good solo. It's a great solo, but I've heard it so many times that it doesn't do anything for me. Same with Echoes. Echoes is meant to be my favourite song, but I just don't get much out of listening to it anymore. So maybe it's not my favourite song anymore. I don't know. At the moment, I'd say my favourite guitar solo. There's got to be something like John Petrucci's done. The Best of Times has a good solo on the end of it. Although I feel like the song could be a wee bit shorter. It doesn't need to be 13 minutes. And I like long songs. It doesn't need to be 13 minutes though. Yeah, Hotel California is a great one. I'm trying to think. I listened to someone put a comment in on one of my old videos that said that, oh, this sounds like John Mayer burning a slow room. And that's basically just messing around in C# minor. still struggling to think what my solo would be. My solo. The thing is, anytime someone asks a question, you forget what the answer is. Hang on. I'm going to be irritating. I'm just going to say The Ministry of Lost Souls by Dream Theater. I can't be bothered. Yeah. Seven Nation Armies. I don't really like the White Stripes, to be honest. It's all that. I don't know. I'm not particularly into the garage blues kind of thing that he does, like the garage punk blues sort of sound that he has. It's not just a bad sound. Like if I'm like at work or whatever, and a Seven Nation, like I don't know, White Stripes song comes on, I'm not going to moan or skip it or whatever. But I don't know. I'd rather listen to Dire Straits, and I don't even know Dire Straits very well. That's my favourite thing to do on the guitar. But I'm trying to get better at doing it. It's like to me it sounds like a Native American sort of cool. Yeah, it's fun that. Also, this is the new guitar I love. It just makes everything sound so much better. So I'm very glad I spent 400 quid on it. Sorry. I'm going to try and play a very, very old song that I did. Actually making so much of that up. The song I really want to get done is a song called Big Word, which is about someone that I like quite a lot. It's going to sort of start like that, with, you know, a bit of like Shine on You Crazy Diamond sort of stuff going on. Hang on. Let me just turn it up to slow. can't do it because I'm looking at myself. That's the problem. I need to stop doing that. Hang on. Let me just go back to all messages. Just having a wheel at. Oh, I saw someone say, "Oh, wow, you made 20 out." They're not good, so don't worry about it. So the song I've got at the moment is called "Deliverance," right? I wanted to write a love song because I was very in love. I mean, I still am, but in that moment, I was like, I need to write a love song now, right? So I looked up some sort of lovey sort of concept. Yes, honestly, I bet most of those 20,000 are better than a lot of the music I've released. At the end of the day, if someone listens to a shit song, they're not gonna care. They're just gonna move on, you know? No worries. Have a good one, Rinto. Marianne. Take care. So yeah, the song Limerence is about someone that I like quite a lot. I mentioned my girlfriend, haven't I? I can say it's about my girlfriend, can't I? I think it'd be better if I palm muted it. So yeah, basically. Like that. Yeah. I'm gonna just try and play it. So the original idea for Big Word was it was going to have that. I agree with Jigger So Too. In fact, I've had an idea for a video for a while that I've just not done yet called "The Upload Button is Free, Why Not Use It?" Which basically is just saying, who gives a shit? Like, I set up this channel which uploads Johnny Mozza shorts, right? So it's just all of the videos where I go in the woods and talk, right? But I went into Premiere and I found this called Render and Replace, which essentially just re-exports everything, every single clip in the timeline, right? I can't remember how Kashmir fucking goes. No, I can't. So basically, all the videos are in ProRes as well. So I just thought, and they're shorts as well, vertical and all that. So I thought, I'm just going to upload them to YouTube. And I figure I've wasted probably about 2 terabytes worth of YouTube storage, right? I doing? That was just kind of the idea that I had anyway. So I have to do this thing every once in a while where I go top messages and then all messages. I've got a new text. Yeah. Okay. Right. All right. So I'm gonna close this out soon because I kind of can't be bothered. Well, actually, no. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna try and do one more take of this. The bit that's messing me up is the bridge. You know, that sort of. I'm not a riff guy. I'm not good at riffs. So what I'm gonna do. I'm totally off. I've been meaning to, because we've got the email band. If you go on the, I don't know where I would find it now. Because I've got a new phone and I don't have Discord on the new phone. I can't even remember what my account was called, so I might have lost it. But I think whoever it was whoever set the account up and trusted it to me. But yeah, online band. I have been meaning to. It's probably something that I need to get back into, is sorting out the online band. So I like the idea of it, because a mate of mine had an email band where him and a few people that he knew would just email each other stems and then they would release the final product. And I just thought that would be a fun idea for, you know, the general internet community. But it didn't. I don't think it ended up happening. Well, it didn't end up happening. Which I'm very sorry about. Just go check the chat. see where I went wrong. I nearly had it, but it's because I changed the analog delay. See if that helps. No. Let's try that. Try that one. You ever seen that video that's like when you make a mistake on delay? Yeah. It is. Right. I'm just trying to find one where maybe the delay can help me. Ugh, fuck that. Maybe if it just have less feedback. Something like that. I got it. Yes. helps. I'm gonna try one of the things I want to try. Sounds awful. Doesn't sound like anything. Probably wah wah. I like that. Trying to get it to. It's hard to do it. It's hard to do that little thing to the beat. To be honest, I'm kind of got what I wanted to get out of this. I managed to get a guitar take that I'm happy with. Well, mostly happy with. So what I'm going to do to finish this up, I'm going to put any questions or anything that you want in the chat. I'm going to do maybe a 3-minute little jam, and at the end I'm going to answer the questions, and then I'm going to head off. Does that sound like a fun activity? Well, that's what we're going to do. To be honest, there's no plan for the things, the live streams. I just do them, so there's no planning. I'd like to get more into them, but anyway. that wasn't a very good jam, but let's have a look at the... What is your opinion on blue raspberry, the flavour? I mean, I tried vaping for a bit, but I didn't like it very much. The blue vape was probably the first one I had. And then I had, I think it was called Ice. But then I got sick of vaping because I was coughing up black stuff, so packed it in. Who would you say is your biggest influence in terms of guitar? Oh yeah, also, I should probably be saying people's names because I think people like that. JWR asked that question. What is your opinion on blue raspberry, the flavour? Now, Maggots Worry Guts says, who would you say is your biggest influence in terms of guitar? Okay, all right. I think Joey Walker from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. He's pretty good. I'd say Stu McKenzie as well, I suppose. Both of them, they're good. I like them. There's one performance, I think it's The River. They're playing in a big greenhouse, right? And Stu starts off like, noodling in the quiet section, right? But he does he fucks a few things up. He fucks quite a lot of things up, and it sounds like he's about to completely lose the jam, right? But then it starts to become something. Better and better and better and better until he's doing some really cool stuff, and then the whole band kind of kicks in, and it was almost like it was one of my favorite guitar solos ever, actually. I think it was live at Palp Fest. I think it was something like that, and yeah, he just starts off really shit, and then he gets really good, and it feels like it's almost like the guitar itself is speaking and evolving, and like the guitar itself is gaining confidence. I thought that was quite cool. So yeah, I'd say them, David Gilmour, because obviously I just like David Gilmour. Between 2 Points is actually one of my favourite songs at the moment. It's a fantastic song. I then love the new album, the Luck and Strange album. There's some bits on it that aren't that good. I can't remember what the one song was, but it just sounded like a shitty blues song. Yeah, it didn't sound very good. But then Between 2 Points is fucking beautiful. It's one of my favourite. If I have some time to sit with it, it could become one of my favourite ever songs. And then Scattered is great as well, because it also reuses the echo's ping, but it recontextualizes it. So, I don't know what the song's about. I don't listen to lyrics, but I imagine the song as being about Richard Wright in a way, because it feels like him. Man, you are playing so great. Have you even considered starting a band? Well, I've been trying to. The problem is the time commitment. Okay, yeah. Fuck off, Italian. Bye. Has that got rid of all of the Italian Stallion's fucking messages? It has. Good. Knobhead. I can't actually do any songs, to be honest, because I never enjoyed playing other people's stuff. What I would do is I would try and learn. For instance, I learned the intro to Ministry of Lost Souls by Dream Theater. Right? But then I got bored of just playing that, and I didn't really want to learn the next bit, so I started instead using it as a chance to learn that sort of... Instead of learning the actual Ministry of the Lost Souls, I learned that. Do you get what I mean? So how old I am. I'll give you a hint. Mentally, I feel about 45. I understand that I look older than I am, but I don't think I look 45. I've never been to Glastonbury because it just doesn't look very interesting. Like, for instance, yeah, exactly, Minison. I am in my 20s. I just remembered I can do Crazy Train. Something like that. I don't remember how you do it. I think it's in D, actually. Something like that. I can't remember how it goes, but it's something like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I've never been to Glastonbury. I've never really been to any music festivals. I don't like live shows particularly. I don't know, there's this thing like a mental block with me. I mean, who have I seen live? I saw, from the first band I saw Pink Floyd, which is like a Pink Floyd tribute act when I was 11, and I fucking hated it. And then, I smoked weed for the first time, and then I decided I liked Pink Floyd. And then I saw the Stranglers, and they were okay. Then I saw, fuck else did I see? I saw Alice Cooper, but I walked off because I just don't like it. I don't like his music. The Mission were on before him, though. They were good. Then, what else did I see? I saw The Who. Not The Who, the classic rock band, but the Mongolian people. They were good. I saw them when they debuted their first album. And to be honest, I don't like their second album nearly as much, so I'm glad I saw them when I did. I'm annoyed about King Gizzard at the moment, because I'm seeing King Gizzard in May, but they've just put out Flight B741, and I don't like it very much. And Phantom Island sounds like it's going to be more the same. And so they're going to have loads of that. Right? I'm not complaining. It's just irritating. Actually, I suppose I am complaining. Who else have I seen? I saw Kurt Weill. He was good. He was very good, actually. I saw Mogwai, who were fine. I just don't find their music very interesting. It's sort of... I don't mean to... Oh, it's hard to do that. Fuck me. Evidently, I'm no Mongolian. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell, that was really hard to do, actually. Well, I work in a pub, so yeah, I do roll ups. So I don't like a full cigarette because one, they burn out. Two, you smoke more because you can just like take them out of the pack and have them. Compared to rolling roll ups, where you got to dedicate yourself to rolling it and sitting down. If it's windy, you can't have a fag. So nah, I don't really care. I'm fine. I quit drinking last year. I'm in no rush to quit everything all at once. To be honest, I'm fine. Um, I'm trying to think who else I've seen. It definitely is a parasocial relationship because I'm just reading it now. I'm trying to remember who else I've seen live. I haven't seen that many. I saw Death Grips in 2018, and they were fucking atrocious. Maybe the band itself was all right, but the introduction, no opening act, no, you know, sort of thing to keep you going. Just a shepherd tone, just an endless shepherd tone of red lights, unchanging, for an hour, probably an hour and a half. It was so boring, right, and irritating. Then they came on, and they're so loud, right, that even with earplugs in, right, it just sounds like noise, right? And I take it off, and it just feel like that, right? Being loud means fuck all to me. I don't care about being loud. Be as loud as it fucking wants. Jet engines are loud, right? Why are you competing with them, right? I'm wearing a wig, right? I'm sorry, I'm wearing a wig. I had to get it across. I actually kind of hurt. Yeah, it was just irritating seeing Death Grips live, and then this is before all of that because they did that tour more recently where they had people like pissing in the street in the gig and stuff like that and like chucking shit at the band. There wasn't any of that going on back then, but it was, I don't know. I just didn't find them very good. I was quite drunk and I went to sort of be sick in the toilet, right? And this was only about, I think I was about half an hour into the gig, right? They played like 8 songs. I went to hurl up, right? I came back out and the entire venue was empty. Right? What a pointless fucking endeavor that was. They played for an hour with no opening act, no encore, no nothing, right? Just MC Rye just going around doing a good job on stage, right? I couldn't do that. Zach Hill going mental, but I can't fucking hear any of it because every fucking speaker is turned up to 1 million. Just irritating. Didn't like him very much. Who else have I seen? I saw Arthur Brown. That was probably one of my favourite concerts because I had my AirPods in, right? And then I realised about halfway through that I didn't actually need them on. So that was good. What else have I seen? I've seen a few like psychedelic sort of krautrock kind of bands. I went to see Carcara, which is a sort of psychedelic band that kind of do like Nonagon Infinity sounding stuff, but a bit more so, right? They're quite good. So I went and saw them live, and then I got chatting to the manager and did a little like deal. I went and took pictures of bands, and I basically got free tickets. So I went to a load of their gigs, and I kind of realised that I don't like this music as much as I thought I did. So I kind of got bored of it. Shittest concert I ever went to was Twin Atlantic because they clearly didn't want to be there and had zero energy. Yeah, you get a fair bit of that where they're just kind of like going through the motions. I wonder how bands like Metallica, for instance, not slagging them off, just using them as an example, how they go on and play metal every fucking day. It's just irritating. Like, do they not get bored? Is my point. So, which kind of leads into JWR's question. Does it feel somewhat surreal having 53,000 subs now? Have you changed your perspective on creating at all compared to when you started? Well, yeah, I suppose, because, I mean, look, I've been recognised in the street a couple times, right? And I don't mind it. It's all right, but it makes me feel like I'm sort of something greater than I actually am, you know? Like, it gives you this sort of delusion of grandeur, which you are fully aware of, and yet you're sinking into the same pitfalls that everyone else does that gets 50,000 fucking subs or gets a small audience, you know, and then starts taking them for granted. I mean, look at this fucking channel. It's got Patreon, it's got all sorts of bullshit, right? I haven't done sponsorships, but it's not like I'm against doing sponsorships. It's just irritating, that. But yeah, exactly. If they made loads of money, that's probably a good reason to keep going. And to be honest, I probably wouldn't still be doing all the Johnny Mozzers as much as I do if not for getting money, you know? Because I've done so many at this point that there's something like 40 hours worth of them, right? But I'm getting paid for them. So in my head, it's also a job. It's not just a hobby. You know, it's fun to do, but it's also, you know, a job. The same way I like working at the pub that I work at, right? But I wouldn't work there for free all the time. Yeah, Johnny Mozzo is meant to be the character in the series that I'm making, which progress is a little bit slow on that at the moment because I'm finishing up. I've got a feature film and a short film that's like quite good looking, like proper professional looking, in the can, in the edit. So I'm meeting the editor tomorrow, and going to see how close it is to being finished. And my goal is to try and get those out. See, I wonder with this Johnny Mozzo thing, I get a lot of people calling me Johnny, right? And it confuses me because in every single talking video that I do, I start off by saying, "Hey up, everybody. My name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Mozzo's Lessons in Confidence," and yet people keep calling me Johnny. I understand that maybe I look like one, but I say that at the beginning of all the videos. So I'm not having a go at anyone, by the way. I just find that kind of fun. And it's also interesting from a marketing point of view. I'm learning a lot about trends and advertising and sort of stuff like that, hence the few videos I've done about advertising. Just because you can see, you know, trends of people via analytics. This is why I upload at 1 a.m. my time, because that is, I've figured out that that's the best time to upload. And I've noticed that sometimes I get comments from people saying, "I was just watching your videos and then bam, you uploaded." And that's why I upload at the times I do, rather than uploading at a time that would make more sense for me. Do you think doing your hobbies for work sort of changes them in a way where you never fully engage with them fully anymore? Yeah, I gotta be honest. I mean, because in a lot of the videos I made at the start of the channel, I was saying like, "Oh, I'm the happiest I've ever been." And that peak that I've had is now kind of down here, right? I'm not as happy as I once was. It's all kind of settled. The dust has settled, right? And now it's just kind of this sort of thing that I kind of do. And I do like doing it, and I've achieved my dream, right? And a message I've been trying to get across is like, you know, even if you achieve your dreams, right, that's not the end. That's not the final destination, right? You can perfect yourself in every single way possible. There's still something that's going to happen after that, right? Your life isn't a movie with a beginning, middle, and end, right? Well, it is technically in like the sense of your full life, but as in like what you're trying to achieve doesn't take you to your final destination, right? Because at that point, once you've achieved everything, there's a new final destination you need to go through, and again and again and again, continuous growth, exactly, right? So there's never a final moment, right? And that's what you realize. You think you're going to be happy and settled in your final position, but you never are, and nothing is ever good enough, right? Now I get a bit like down, not irritated, but just a little bit like, oh, when I see that I haven't gotten like 1,000 views on a video, right? 5 months ago, if you'd said to me, "Oh, you're not getting 1,000, you're getting like 800 views on a video," I'd be like, "Whoa, 800 fucking views, that's amazing." Now I'm like, "Oh, it's only 800 views, right?" And I'll tell you what, if I got another growth spurt and suddenly 10,000 views was the norm, I'd be getting irritated that I only got 9,000 views. There's no pleasing anyone. This is why all your favorite YouTubers sell out, right? This is why Mr. Beast is still going, even though he could have retired, right? They want more and more and more. I guess it's the folly of capitalism. I don't know, right? But there's something wrong going on in the fact that nothing we do is ever good enough. How do you personally deal with that goalpost moving? Does it feel a bit futile? How do you reconcile the fact? No, it's not a down question. Oh, yeah, I remember you, Pranay. I remember I was going towards the barriers, and you were just coming out the station. And it's funny you caught me at that exact moment because I was about to put earpods in, and you got me just before them. So it was very good timing actually, because like I could just hold them in my hands, and then put one hand and like, shake your hand, and then take them out and then put them in, and then like yeah. So it was nice seeing you. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of yeah, the goalpost move and then it's sort of feeling a bit futile. I don't think it ever feels futile. Like the drive always feels fresh. You know, the need to go from 800 views to 8,000 views is exactly the same as the drive to go from 80 views to 800 views. It's just that you are now more aware of where you once were. Because I guess you just have a self-awareness about it. But at the same time, you still do it as if it's the first time every time. Also, I'm not really like that successful. I've only got 50,000 subscribers and like I get couple thousand views per video. I'm not like some big content creator or anything like that. There's a channel called the Soy Pill, right, that I've been watching, and when I first found him, I had a couple more thousand subscribers than he did. I had about 35,000. He had about 33,000, right? But now he's got like 70,000, right? And he only uploads once a month, right? And you know, he does more like political sort of stuff, like talking about Matt Walsh and stuff like that, right? So I understand why he's getting more views, because I like watching that sort of stuff, and I bet his average audience retention is really good because he's got edits and jokes and stuff. And I think of him as being like the next H Bomber guy. I think he will be the next H Bomber guy. I hope he will be. Check him out, the Soy Pill. He's quite good. Yeah. Let's see. Hello, men. You are the Casio, the soccer player from the Corinthians. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. Yo, dude, your channel is cool. I've been meaning to ask, what make is your new guitar? Oh, I can't remember. It's an Ibanez AZ something. Basically, I don't think of it like that. I think of it. This is a Strat on crack. It's a Strat on crack because it looks like a Strat, but it's a bit on crack. It also has 24 fret and got like a more of a woo kind of thing rather than, you know, the standard sort of shitter tremolo. And it has a option to have humbuckers or single coil. So I like it. It's brilliant. And I'm going to use it as much as I can. Aye. But at the same, I'm responding to JWR. The reason that I'm saying it like that is because I feel like the alternative would be to be like, yeah, I've got 50,000 subscribers. I'm the fucking big man, you know? Like I can't see a middle ground between those two. It's either downplay it and be humble about it, or like own it and be like, yeah, I'm the fucking best. You know, I don't know what accent that was. That's kind of where I think about it. So I'm not someone that likes to go off and like shout about my sort of achievements and stuff. Like when the films come out, I'm gonna have to do a lot of like advertising and going, watch this film, watch this, do that. And I don't like doing it, but I kind of have to because, you know, I want people to watch the things that I worked really hard on. That's kind of the key. What made you want to start the channel? Was it curiosity, wanting to experiment with the medium, or do you feel artists these days need to be present everywhere? I don't know. Well, I started it to promote the Johnny Mozza project, which, to be honest, the reason I started the Johnny Mozza project, the Johnny Mozza's Lessons in Confidence, at the time it was a feature film. The reason I started it was because I was very sort of sick of the feature film that I was working on, which is called A Sheffield Psychedelic. I kind of grew to hate it, right? And I needed to get my mind into a different space so that I could come back to A Sheffield Psychedelic because I felt like I was going insane. So, and I had this real big drive to do this Johnny Mozza project, and I did about 6 days of filming in a month, just setting them up time and time again. And I was on it, you know. I felt like I'd come to life, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, right? And I started the YouTube channel, and I was just uploading like bullshit at me talking, just as ways to like market the film a little bit, you know, and just that was the idea. I've been watching a lot of like Dream Theater's sort of making of album sort of things, and I wanted to do something like that. But also, I couldn't be bothered to edit them, so I just sort of recorded them in one take and did them. And then I did one on like Central London because I was in Central London. I had the camera. I thought I might as well, and that did like 2,000 views. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to make loads of these. And so I made loads of them, and they kept getting loads of views. So that kind of just became what I did. And that became the main thing that I did, and then the Johnny Mozza film kind of got forgotten about. So that's when I recontextualized it into a series, and I've been working on it a little bit more and getting back into Sheffield Psychedelic and finishing that. And once that's done and out, I'm going to make a DVD for it, and that's the plan anyway, or DVD, Blu-ray, whatever the new thing is. I've got some VHS tapes somewhere. I want to use them as well. They're rewritables. But anyway. Once I get those done, then I can just focus on the Johnny Mozza thing with no like worries. Because now it's a way less high stakes thing. I don't have like 100 crew members that all worked on it, that gave their time and effort and work to me, and then I just sit there for years and years and years on this footage. It just the weight of the expectations was completely crippling, and so I managed to get away from that, escape it. And now I'm sort of back and stronger and ready to sort of defeat that dragon. And then this new dragon, it's just like a Komodo dragon. I can just step on it, I mean, I've already mentioned them, but Dream Theater, so I'm going to say a different one. Opeth, been liking Opeth a lot. Honestly, I'm not massively keen on the Babe Rainbow. I get what they do, I like what they do, but I'm not really into that sort of acid sort of thing. Whenever I don't know, I'm not interested in that kind of thing, which I know is stupid because I wear shit like this, and it's very sort of 60s hippie-ish sort of stuff. I don't know why I don't like them. I just find the image a bit, I don't know, naive perhaps, and there's something that creeps me out about them. I don't know. Oh, they're fine. I don't have a problem with them. But yeah, that's kind of the issue. I'm just having. I've never listened to Chalk actually. I'm trying to get it to refresh. I'm not really a big reader. I've been trying to read this Jack Kerouac, but to be honest, I've been getting a bit sick of it. He's in, basically the point is he's traveling from where's he traveling from? He's traveling from New York to San Francisco so he can get on a boat. Now he's in Denver and he's just pissing about in Denver, and he's just driving this lad around who wants to just go and have sex with a load of women. What happens is he drives up to the house, guy gets out, goes in, has sex with a woman, and he waits in the car, waits till the guy finishes having sex with the woman, comes out, and then fucks off and goes to the next woman and does it again and again and again. And I'm just sitting there thinking, why is my protagonist not asking, why are you having sex with these women so quickly? Just fucking annoying. So yeah, that's been getting on my nerves, and I've been getting a bit bored of the book. I do know Terence McKenna. Well, no, it's sort of I don't really understand the idea of going into a house and having a quick shag and then leaving. I feel like surely you get in the house. Do you want a cup of tea? Oh yeah, sit down, have a cup of tea, have a chat, and then you'd go to bed, and then lie there and have a bit of pillow talk or whatever. That must take like 2 hours. But he seems to be getting it all done in about 10 minutes. I just don't understand how he's doing it so quick. Yeah, I don't know why he's a shag chauffeur. I think it was because he was living in the guy's house. He was just sleeping on the sofa, so it's sort of a way of paying it back, I mean, I'd play the festival if the money was good, yeah. You know what? I was thinking about your videos, and at the end, I think there will be enough content to put in and write a whole self-help book. I mean, I have written stuff. Fair fucks. I'd drive someone around for their 10-minute shag sessions if I didn't have to pay rent too. You know what? Yeah, I was thinking about your videos, and apparently there's enough to make a whole self-help book. The thing is, right? I mean, what have I read in terms of self-help? I read what's the, you know, the people in robes in Camden that sort of scam you? I read their book, some of it. Oh, I've got it here. I was about to say the Magna Carta. This fucking thing, right? And thing it across the room. This, right? I read the first sort of 3 pages and I was loving it. And then he starts bringing in like weird shit. And so it just got on my nerves. Like, once you bring in all the gods and stuff, I got sick of it. I like the idea of doing a book. I think what I would want to do is kind of get to the bottom of it. Maybe that's what it would be called, getting to the bottom of it, you know? Maybe that's already a title for a book, probably is. But the idea I want to do is cover not just self-help, but self-help in the context of, you know, living in a world full of other people under an economic system, you know, and trying to make the best sort of thing for yourself in a world that is kind of against you. That's kind of what I'd like to do. And I guess we'd chapterize it. I think it would be, there'd be a fair bit of philosophy. I'm very glad Phineas King reminds you of Partridge, because I directly ripped off Alan Partridge, I feel like. Getting to the bottom of it is a good name for your own shag chauffeur novel. I did write something. I wrote... Oh, it's annoying. It's on my old laptop. So now it sat some... Whoa. It sat somewhere on this, right? So it sat on there somewhere. It's like 30,000 pages, and there was this lad who lives in Tenerife. It was a fiction book. And it was about this lad that lives in Tenerife, and I just read the Rum Diary and seen Fear and Loathing, and I'd read some Bukowski and this book called Stupid Dog that I can't remember who wrote it, but it was really fucking good. So I was reading a lot of that stuff, and I wanted to make something like that. So I wrote this book about this security guard for a casino in Tenerife, which I'd know nothing about. And it starts off with him on a beach, and he's going along, and he sees, I can't remember what he sees. I think he sees like a bloke duffing up his missus or something like that. And he comes up and he sort of like tries to get to the bottom of what's going on. And then he realizes that he's kind of in over his head here. But at that point, so he kind of wants to leave at this point and just like let him get on with it, because this clearly his intervention isn't working. But now he's pissed the bloke off, so he's like trying to like chase him down and like be all the hard man and stuff. So he ends up sort of running away, and then looking back and sort of realizing, God, I probably made everything a lot worse there, you know. So he goes to the pub, sort of like sits over his drink. Turns out he's divorced, which I actually wrote him being divorced before I got divorced. So yeah, and then what? Oh, he went to work, and we see like his workplace, and there's like the job's worth and the manager who's a bit pain in the ass, and like he's only there for another 6 months and then he can go. Oh, I just remembered there was a zombie apocalypse going on in this world as well, and the idea was going to be that this book was going to be like, you know, 1,000 pages long, and eventually like he'd be the last person on planet Earth. But I never got to that point. We never introduced a single fucking zombie in the 30,000 words that I wrote. And what happens then? I was trying to make him do something, right, this character, and he didn't want to do anything. He was a miserable sod, and he just sat there and just drunk. He just kept drinking and drinking and drinking, right, at the pub at the hotel he was staying at, right? So he'd get up at like 5 in the morning, drink, go to work, right, and then he would come back. Yeah. Imagine Shaun of the Dead combined with The Postman by Charles Bukowski. That's kind of what I wanted, but I never finished it. I ended up introducing a murder mystery just to try and get this character off his ass, and it didn't work. He went in, saw the body, and was like, and then he fucked off and went back home. And I was like, for fuck's sake. Can't get any better. He was in control of the narrative, not me. So in a way, I think that makes for a good book. I do plan to make a video about the bartending experience. Or writing from the perspective of a bartender could be fun. Because I quite enjoy it. I like, you know, sometimes you get to play the sort of the Mo Sislak sort of thing. And, you know, sit there and just wipe the bar, you know. And then listen to people's problems. I used to write a lot more stories. I think... What was my favourite story that I've ever written? I'm trying to think. So give me a sec. I'm just trying to think what it might be. Oh, I remember one. I remember one about Alan or something like that, right? And it was a zombie apocalypse. And he lived in this community that lived in a Tesco Extra, which is, for reference for Americans, it's like a Walmart. You know, like a Costco sort of thing. That's a good title. I quite like that. I mean, Johnny Mos's Lessons in Confidence could be a good title for it. A Tesco Extra is bigger than a full-blown Tesco. So it's like they had a big society there, right? And in fact, there was a specific Tesco Extra. It was a Tesco Extra in Rotherham. And so this guy lived in like the manager's office that kind of oversaw the shop floor. And he was the data archivist of the place. And basically what happened was the explorers went out and they would find like hard drives and stuff. And they'd come back and give him all the you know, hard drives and stuff, and it'd be like books and things like that, and he would digitize it and put it all onto computer systems and stuff, and he had a big server room. And so he was kind of very sheltered. Even though he lived in the zombie apocalypse, he never had to worry about zombies, and we never saw a single zombie. But the reason I thought of it being a Tesco was because I don't know, I just thought, where would be the easiest place to survive, right? Where has the most resources, food, electricity, generators, self-sustaining, right? It would be okay. You'd be fine there. And then this one in Rotherham also has a car park attached to it, which I thought you could grow crops and stuff on the roof of the car park, because then you could also bounce from the roof of the car park onto the roof of the Tesco itself and, you know, grow some food on that maybe. I mean, maybe you'd have to be careful with it. Well, this is the thing, Minisian, is that this was a big like village kind of community. A lot of people lived in this Tesco, and most of them were living in absolute poverty and shambles in an anarchist kind of world, right? But it was just this one guy, Alan, who got to live this really luxurious lifestyle because he had to be near the servers, right? So he just got to live like the easy life, right? Meanwhile, everyone else had to do all the hard shit. So I think it was meant to be a story about inequality and stuff like that. Yeah, I know. Typical fucking, you know, what's the word? Gen Z, I suppose. I don't like the fact I'm a Gen Z. I feel more like a millennial. I mean, I grew up with like VHS tapes and stuff. I didn't have internet until I was about 9. That seems more in line with the millennial sort of thing. I mean, when I say I had internet at 9, not very good internet. I never have made a zombie movie. I've made an apocalypse movie, which isn't out yet. That's the short film that I'm releasing. Why are plectrums in different stiffness? For different things, and different people like different feels, and different people like different thicknesses as well. I like a medium thickness, medium to thick thickness. I tend to like these sort of picks more than where is it? So I like these sort of picks more than these sort of picks, because I've got big fingers, you see. Like my fingers are quite long, so I like having a bit more space to hold it. I also have this one somewhere. I don't know where it's gone. I've got one somewhere that's made out of an old work card, you know, like clocking card for work. So I lost the job there, and I just turned it into a plectrum. Thank you. I don't actually know what my accent is. I've been told it's just generic London accent, but I don't believe it. I like to tell, because I'm half Scottish, half English. I like to tell people I'm from Lancashire, and a lot of them go, "Oh, I didn't realise." It's like, no, I'm obviously fucking not. I don't know. Sometimes I wish I feel like if I was born in 1989 rather than 1999, I'd be pretty happy. But then, you know, I'd be 35. You know, now I get to be 25. I got 4 years of my 20s left. You know, so I can have fun with that. But at the same time, mentally, I feel like I'm about 45 already. So maybe I might as well have been born in 1989. Then I would get to remember the 2000s more. Like I mean, because you might say you're born in like 1989, right? You don't really come into any form of consciousness. You know, like being aware of the world around you and kind of being the person that you are today. Probably until about 2003. So you're born in 1989, and then you kind of come to consciousness and become the person you are at like maybe 2003, 2004. And even then, you still got to grow up and all that. And then you're grown up by like maybe, I don't know, 2011. I mean, I kind of came into consciousness in about 2013, and then, started going out and partying and stuff in like 2016. And then COVID happened when I was about 21. They banned sex on my 21st birthday, which is annoying. And then now I'm where I am today. So that's kind of the life story, I suppose. I don't know. I kind of just wish it was like, I don't know, whatever the 1990s seemed to have, that society. Like 1996. I wish I could have been a grown-up in 1996 and just like, we just left that static. Do you mean this thing? I don't know. I don't know what this is. I went to the opticians and they said it was something that was harmless, but it's also there for life. And she said it very, like, whatever. Yeah, I don't really know what that is, but I don't like it much. It kind of freaks me out. Because I think, like, what if it pops or bursts or something? I don't know. I mean, it's not like the world was perfect in 1996 or anything like that. I know I'm probably, it's like the grass is greener on the other side. And, life is sort of good now. And, I feel like there's a lot of doomerism about the world that we don't need to worry so much about. Like, because a lot of it is just ending up on fucking Facebook and stuff like that. I mean, I did a stream earlier where I was very caught up in the Facebook sort of thing. I mean, have a look at this. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Oh, that's some bullshit. I signed up to a load of like guitar-y sort of things just so that I would get some fun. Right? Just so I get some stuff that doesn't annoy me or make me angry. It doesn't work because I only engage with the stuff that annoys me. So, yeah. I'd like less of that. I'd like the world that we have now, but instead of the internet, I think we should have, like, go to the library and you can get the internet there. So you go to the library, you log on to the internet, you have your fun on the internet, and then you log off and you go home, right? No smartphone bullshit, none of what I'm doing right now. Fuck all that, right? Go to the library and you do the internet from the library, right? If you need it for your job, you can buy a big fuck-off computer, like a professional thing, right? The same way that people might have, well, there's like auto dialers, for instance. Not everyone would have an auto dialer, but now maybe you've got an auto dialer in your phone. It's that kind of thing. Nah, not even smartphone at all. I don't like smartphones. I'm just addicted to mine. You know. So yeah, I'm gonna head off actually because I'm enjoying it, but I also don't want to do too many. Google Maps is good, but at the same time, it's saved me a few times. I'd like that. Wouldn't mind keeping Google Maps, but a lot of the stuff I feel like we could do without. Like what's on my in YouTube? Don't need that. Don't need a lot of this stuff. Yeah, sat nav. Exactly. I don't mind a sat nav. I just don't want everything in one giant multi-tool. And there's no escaping it really because I need it for my job. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Yeah, notes, Google Drive. I like all this stuff. I don't have a problem with these individual things. I think social media is the issue. So speaking of not liking social media, take care, everybody, and bye bye. You're all kind of good and stuff. I'm gonna do more of these, by the way. You can send it by email. If you email it to go in one of the descriptions, right, and then there's an email thing somewhere. Go on one of the videos, go in the descriptions, have a look at the emails in there, and then send it to that email. Because I check the emails more than I don't really check Instagram. So yeah, have a good one, everybody. It's been fun, and take care, and bye bye. I wanted to see that last comment. Someone